Hello and welcome once again. I'm Anne Alexson, and on behalf of Holistic Bliss Magazine, today I am introducing you for the very first time through this channel to Associate Professor Gary Leong. He's been a consultant paediatrician, endocrinologist and clinician-scientist for over 30 years, practicing and conducting research in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, in Australia, but also in the National Institute for Health in Bethesda, Maryland, in the United States. Dr. Gary is the father of 3 grown-up children, and of course they have taught him more about children than any textbook. And he's also been a very fortunate husband for almost 35 years with his ever-patient wife, Mickey. He likes telling stories and using these stories to empower parents to be better parents and leaders within their family and their community for good health and hormonal balance. Now, Gary's first book, Ride to Life, a no-nonsense program for breaking your family's cycle of obesity and connecting to a healthier, happier life. It was published on Mother's Day weekend this year, back in May. Now, in the book, Gary, or Dr. Koala, as he is also affectionately known, uses the power of inspiring stories he has collected from the lives of real families to inspire other families struggling with the same mental and physical ill effects of severe transgenerational obesity. And Gary sees so many of those families suffering from what he calls the disconnection syndrome, a family life unfulfilled and lacking a priority for the family's whole of family health and well-being. So, Dr. Gary, Dr. Koala, congratulations on your book, Ride to Life, and also the 2020 Family Health Challenge. Tell me, firstly, why you decided to write Ride to Life, and hello.
Lovely to meet you finally, Anne, and thank you for welcoming me into the Holistic Bliss family and becoming a VIC. Is it a very important contributor?
That's right.
It's a real honour. Thank you to you and Vanessa and the team. The book has been gestating in my mind for about 10 years because when I went to work at the Mater Children's Hospital in Brisbane in the endocrinology department there in 2004, I started getting all these referrals of children and families who were severely overweight. And it obviously became obvious to me that this obesity epidemic that's affecting most Western countries, including Australia, was now manifesting itself in children, as young as 3 or 4 years of age that I would see. I would routinely see, and I still routinely see, kids that I've nicknamed in a way 10x kids. So if you took their age and multiplied that by 10, that's how much they weighed. So if a 5-year-old comes routinely to see me who's 50 kilograms, or a 10-year-old who's already 100 kilograms, and there's, we're all meant to be different shape, size, color. Life is full of diversity. It's important to value all those social and cultural differences. But once a child reaches that sort of degree of weight or obesity, they do start getting major mental, particularly health, and in adolescence particularly, and physical problems that lead them to get diabetes, and basically seeding those children, especially if there's a strong family history of heart disease, to get diabetes and metabolic problems, including, young adult heart disease. It's a silent sort of killer in a way, but I'm not a negative person in general. I like to be positive, and I like to turn around the negativity that these families often have and bring with them. Usually the mother, as you know, who's the one that is concerned about the child, and often the mother herself has struggled with weight problems through her own life, whether that's from childhood or young adulthood after becoming a mother. And the book therefore was collecting stories that I had in my head and families that taught me but putting into the book the things that I've tried to use, little stories, little mantras, basic wisdom that I've acquired. I mean, it's all foundation on basing on eating real rainbow food, nutritious food, getting away from ultra processed food, moving more. They're the basic principles. But as many people know who are overweight, it's even though it is in one way as simple as moving more and eating more healthily, to make those healthy habit changes is extremely difficult for families who are already in bad habits or unhealthy
in a cycle
habits.
of bad habits. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I shouldn't use the word bad because it's got, you know, all the stigmatization. It's just unhealthy. And
Unhealthy
making
habits.
changes, making habit changes is the most extremely, you know, human behavior. We're all products of our upbringing and habits, good or unhealthy. I'll try not to use the word bad.
No, I agree with you, and I
Yeah.
apologize for using the word bad as well, because absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, look, it's a growing problem, isn't it, as well? I mean, it's been growing for quite a few.
Well, yeah, when I started my career in the 1980s, it wasn't apparent, you know, in the clinics, but by the 90s, I started seeing more and more of these very young children with severe obesity. And then more recently, you know, with the focus on depression and anxiety and mental health problems in adolescence and young adulthood, obesity is one symptom of that. And I really feel for those kids and adolescents, and I'm motivated to try help them. The book
Yeah,
itself probably doesn't address as well as I would like teenage obesity, because like most things in teenage, it's very, very difficult to deal with. Teenagers are, if you've ever had your own teenagers, Anne, but
I do.
they're unique creatures. They're trying to find their unique path in life, purpose, deal with peer relationships, and then if you add on to that body image, weight,
Yes.
fitness, it's a very, very challenge. And diabetes. I see kids with type 1 and type 2 diabetes, and having that as an extra burden. But like I like to tell my families, you know, when you get a problem, it gives you an opportunity to learn something new and build your resilience. Rather than it crushing you, look at it the other way and say, okay, I've got diabetes, type 1, for instance, that I see, but it gives you this amazing insight on how your body works. And maybe one day you'll be the person that cures diabetes, finds the cure for it, finds the cure for, you know,
Yeah.
major cancer that come from obesity. So I try to turn it around, try to be positive, and
I love that. I think
yeah.
that's so, so important, because I am the mother of currently a teenage boy, and you know, they
Lucky
just don't
you.
want to listen to their parents, do they? They really want to find their own way. You know, he's 16 going on 17, at that age where he just wants to find his own way. He doesn't want to listen to me,
No.
you know.
But
So
that
brilliant.
brings me to another very important point, because um, I mean, I was very fortunate to have two wonderful parents. I'm a product of a divorced family, and that has had its effect on me, no doubt, in subtle ways that I probably won't admit. But with divorce and blended families being so common now, and men, not all men, I'm going to defend some of them, but there are a lot of men out there, fathers, who don't know how to relate to their children,
Yes.
and they think that it's important to buy them things, give them presents, give them all these expensive toys, or sometimes not expensive. Or you get the other type of father who's just, that's his life is work, work, work,
Yeah.
and he never gives time to the family, and so the mother is struggling. I
Yeah.
see this so many times, struggling to keep the family connected, keep it moving forward.
Yeah.
Um, So you have this, that's what I call about this disconnection.
Yeah,
The
for
father
sure.
is disconnected to himself, and he's a product of his own parents' upbringing of him.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
he had a distant father and he cannot relate, or a distant mother, and he cannot relate, therefore,
Yes.
those emotions that are important for communication and between the spouse, between the mother and father, or mother and mother and father and father.
Yeah.
You know, there's all types of families I see now, which is
So
fine.
many different types, isn't there?
Yeah.
So who will the book help most of all? So we're younger than teenage children?
I mean, I'm next year I'm going to write a teen edition and add, because
Great.
I don't know if you noticed, but I've got this beautiful fruit and veggie bicycle in the
Yes.
front of the book, which is basically my passion for using cycling for my own mental and physical health. And my good friend and ex-professional cyclist Phil Anderson has written the foreword for the book kindly for me.
That's
The book is
fantastic.
based. Sorry.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. He's part of the Fab to Be Fit
Yep.
Foundation charity, which we're using to empower families through a bicycle recycling program that I'm hoping to get off the ground, to use cycling to empower kids, especially adolescents, to move,
Fantastic.
find purpose. But the book primarily is for mothers and parents to make healthy changes. It's very practical. It's asks you to be courageous and honest with yourself about where you are with your life, uh, how much of a priority your children's health is. Some
Yeah.
families don't prioritize that.
Yeah.
And I'm very much in empowering self-care of the mother, always telling the mother of the family, you're the captain of the ship. If the ship is sinking and you're not looking after yourself, the whole ship will go under. So
Yeah.
you have to devote that necessary time. And I think Holistic Bliss is very much into that philosophy
Absolutely.
about the
Absolutely.
mother, self-care, looking after them, giving them the time that you need to look after yourself. Then you can look after
Give to
your
others.
others.
For
There's so many
sure.
mothers who that don't do that, and then they suffer mental health problems, and then the whole family suffers.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely. So tell me more now about the cycling, because that's a very big part of this health challenge,
yes.
2020 health challenge. Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
so with the book, I've launched this amazing, which I hope will be amazing, 2020 Family Health Challenge, a decade-long challenge. It's an opportune time with everything that's
Yeah.
happening in the world now, to reprioritize where your family is, focus on self-care, helping your family move better, and basically eat better, eat together, move together, and play together. So getting all the family involved, developing the team around you that's going to support you, getting rid of any naysayers in your
Again.
family. Don't let them stop you from starting this family challenge.
Great.
Cooking better. I've developed a whole wonderful list of community partners, which is ever growing, which focuses on a holistic approach to health. It's not just about the Western model. I'm very
Yeah.
open to other models of care, which support healthy nutrition, mindfulness, yoga. I do practice
It's
yoga.
really a holistic approach,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So join the challenge, because I've decided that if you do join the challenge, and then there's the first chapter of the book is actually a getting honest questionnaire that I've put in there, which has some little bit confronting questions, but it's there to really make you think about where your family is.
Yep.
And if you're able to do that questionnaire, you'll get a free ebook download
Of the Right to Life ebook.
the book of the Ride to Life book. So I'm encouraging you
Fantastic.
families to join the challenge for that purpose. And then there's other resources that I'm
Yeah.
developing, webinars, podcasts, videos and guest videos that I'm going to be developing over the next few
Wonderful.
months.
Okay, it sounds like an amazing resource, and also a challenge. So let me just let our listeners know that They can find out more about the 2020 Health Challenge at 2020familyhealthchallenge.com. I will, of course, include that URL, that link, in the post that we're about to do on the Holistic Bliss Facebook page. And Dr. Koala, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super looking forward to having more conversations with you and digging a little bit more into your tips and processes and the way that you help people through what's in the book and through the other work that you do. So thank you so much for joining me this very first time.
Real pleasure, Anne.
And we will see you again next month.
Lovely. Okay, have a good month. Bye-bye, everyone.